What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. Yesterday was the bomb yesterday. I enjoyed this weekend. It was nice and sunny yesterday. I mean, it's still nice today, but it was really, really nice yesterday. I'm just mad we couldn't go nowhere. But it was really nice. I just hung out on the porch. It was dope. So anyway, getting into this episode of Days of Our Lives, Chad is pissing me off. Listen, I'm trying to sympathize with Chad because I totally understand. Like, if it was me, I would have the side eye on Gabby too. But him outright accusing her every 5 seconds of drugging Abigail is getting ridiculous at this point because you have no proof. Then you keep calling Rafe. Oh, he's not returning my calls and he's not even trying to investigate his own sister. And first of all, Rafe is not trying to investigate Gabby. It's not because, oh, he believes her or, he just don't care. He's not doing it because he's dealing with a bunch of cases right now. And he's dealing with the custody of baby David right now. He has a lot on his own plate that he's dealing with. So he'll get to it when he get to it. And there's proof that, Abigail was drugged, but there was no proof that Gabby did it. That's what Chad is not understanding. There is no proof. He convinced himself that Gabby did it because he thinks she's the only one who would do it. I'm like, the Demiras do have plenty of enemies. Gabby's not the only enemy. You got plenty of them. Pick one. Gabby's not the sole enemy that your family have or that Abigail has. I mean, granted, if it was me, I would probably assume Gabby did it, but I wouldn't be running around town trying to say, oh, she did it for fact. And I wouldn't, not without proof. Like, he need to calm his little self down. Then he's sitting there talking about some, oh, well, basically saying, let me close one of those cases for you so you can investigate Gabby. Brady confessed to stabbing Victor, case closed. Chad, shut the hell up. Like, just shut your mouth. Focus on your wife and be quiet. So anyway, Kayla done got all the drugs out of Abigail's system. Got all the drugs, the hallucinogenic drugs out of her system. Abigail continues to have hallucinations. She had a hallucination about Ben. She had a hallucination about Stefan and Chad fighting. She keeps having these hallucinations even without the drugs being in her system. And Kayla and Chad don't know why. Because even Kayla thought that the hallucinations would stop once the drugs were flushed out of her system. But the hallucinations have not stopped. So is she full on having a breakdown? Like, what is going on? Like, I don't think it was just the drugs making her do it. But I just don't think. But I've seen online a lot of fans keep thinking, like on social media, keep thinking Chad might be drugging her. The only way it would make sense for Chad to be secretly drugging her is if he was somehow still under Stefano's control. That's the only logical explanation that would make sense for him to be drugging her. Other than that, I don't see it. Like, why? What motivation would he have for doing that? Like, I kind of did feel bad for Abigail when she was just going through it, like when she was having them hallucinations and she just, first she kept thinking that, Stefan and Kayla were in on it, that they were against her, that, they were working together. Every time she would look at Chad, she kept seeing Stefan. Like, she was just going through. Like, it got so bad. Like, she was just hysterical. It got so bad that Kayla had to give her a sedative to calm her down. And I guess they just gonna have to run some more tests or do something to figure out why she keeps having these hallucinations. Because it's getting crazy now. So anyway, Gabby is talking with Jake Stefan, whatever you want to call him. He at first was rolling his eyes when she called him Stefan because he's like, for the millionth time, I'm not this dude that y'all keep thinking that I am. And he figured out that she was Gabby. Now, I've seen online, too, on social media, a lot of people was wondering how he knew that she was Gabby, if he's not really Stefan. But I could have sworn when Ben and Sierra was pretty much giving him a rundown of Stefan Demira, didn't they tell him about Gabby? Like, didn't they mention Gabby? I could have sworn they mentioned her name. Like, I could have sworn. And she fell in his arms, so a quick Google search should do the trick. You know what I'm saying? Like, her picture would pop up, all of that. So, I mean, there's that explanation. When Gabby was talking to him, she was under the impression that that Stefan was pretending to be Jake in order to try and come up with I guess it was a part of a plan she thinks for him to get Demira Enterprises back. And she kept begging him to let her in on the plan or whatever so she could help him. But he was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like, I don't know you. I'm not this Stefan dude. Um, and it was so funny though because he tried to run away from Gabby and told her, he said, "Who's that over there?" and ran. That fool done walked away. That shit had me on the floor. I was like, yo, this is too funny. But then, when she went back to the Demira mansion, here's my thing. If she's no longer CEO of Demira, why the hell is she still living in the mansion? Like, how is she still able to live there if she's not a part of the company anymore? But she's trying to figure out what the hell is really going on with Jake. Like, she knows that he's really Stefan, but she's trying to figure out why he's lying about it. Jake went back to the garage and he's remembering the conversation that he had with Gabby about asking him why he's lying to her. For me, I believe that this is Stefan. Part of me believes that it's Stefan. I have that feeling. Because the reason I believe it is because, one, this is Days of Our Lives. This is Salem. They constantly bring back people from the dead with amnesia, with whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm inclined to believe that this is really Stefan. And certain things are just not adding up with him. Like, he's very mysterious. The way, I know some people saying that, when he described Gabby, well, when he described his ex on Friday's show, they thought he was talking about Chloe. Like, he could be talking about Chloe. I mean, he could be, but the way he described her do kind of sound like Gabby too, though. It could have been Gabby too that he was describing. You never know. A part of me feel like it's Stefan. I really do, like, but I'm interested in finding out who he is, like whether he's Stefan, whether he's not. I'm interested in the mystique that is Jake. Like, I'm definitely interested. But this is classic Ron Carlivati, because I remember when he was writing for GH and he came up with the Jake Doe character for Jason Morgan. That this is totally that. Like, come on now, Jake, really? How original, Ron. But I'm interested in this storyline. So anyway, moving on from that, Rex. Rex continues to be a complete dummy. I mean, I'm glad he tried to talk Sarah down, but I just felt like he was dumb from Friday's episode because he was on the phone with Kate in the last episode, and Kate was telling him about Sarah. When you were on the phone with Kate, why the hell did you not tell Kate that Sarah was in Paris with the baby? You had ample opportunity to do that. Why did you not do it? Now he finally, I guess he talked Sarah into going back to the apartment or whatever, and he's trying to basically talk her down, but she's flat out refusing to go back to Salem. She's refusing to give the baby up. So he keeps basically trying to threaten her and tell her, like, I gotta, do what I gotta do. I gotta call 911. I gotta call the police. So when he got in touch with Rafe or whatever, Sarah snatched the phone or whatever, hung up the phone or whatever. She basically tried to rationalize why she took the baby, like why she took Rachel. And she feels like, Brady still has Tate. That right there pissed me off. I'm like, first of all, Brady, yeah, he has a son, but his son is not a replacement for his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure he loves his kids. He's gonna love his kids equally. You know what I'm saying? You can't replace one child with another. Just because he already has a child doesn't mean that he's supposed to be satisfied and sit back and allow you to raise his daughter. Like, no, give back his daughter. I kind of felt bad for Sarah because, she lost her child, but the way you're going about things right now is not good for the child, and it's damn sure ain't good for you in the long run. Not mentally, legally. I mean, it's just not good for you. Like, just give the kid back. But she just was not having it. So Rex, of course, wanted to call Kristen, and that sent Sarah into overdrive because she now feels like Rex was kind of, in cahoots with Kristen now too, because she started that paranoia. That paranoia started to kick in, and she's like, "Oh, why do you have Kristen's number?" And he was like, he had Kristen's number because she used to be his patient or whatnot. So of course Sarah was not about to let that happen. and she knocked Rafe right. I mean not Rafe, Rex. She done knocked Rex out, got him laying on the floor, knocked out, while the baby's crying. She's crying, trying to calm the baby down. This is all just a hot mess. Like, Sarah flat out refuses to go back to Salem. But like I said, I kind of feel bad for her because she was dealt a bad hand. She feels like life is just not fair. What happened to her wasn't fair. You know, Victor and Xander switching the babies, that wasn't fair to her. It wasn't fair to a lot of people, but it happened. At the end of the day, the truth is out now. Give the child back to the parents, call it a day, and, try to heal and move on with your life. You're still young. You can have more kids. I mean, granted, the child that she lost is never going to replace any other child that she has after that. But you have to find a way to move on. You got to find a way to heal and come to terms with the loss of your child and give that child back. Now, a part of me totally understands why she doesn't want Kristen to have Rachel. I get that part because Kristen is nuts, but it's not fair to Brady. It's definitely not fair to Brady at all. Sarah's definitely going to need some good counseling when this is all said and done. So anyway, moving on from that. So Eli was talking to Victor, and Victor confirmed to him again that Kristen was the one that stabbed him. Brady, he's not covering up for Brady. He's telling the truth that Kristen was the one who stabbed him, and Brady's basically covering for her. So basically, Eli wanted to know, like, why would she want you dead? Like, why would she stab you? He was like, because of her baby being, missing and stuff. Her baby being switched. But Victor, he's not going to try to incriminate himself. Because if Victor admits to switching that baby, him and Xander are going to prison. So there's no way. He's going to choose his words very carefully. Because he's going to make sure not to implicate himself or Xander. Like, just make sure that you don't implicate y'all. Lani was sitting here talking to Kristen or whatever. Kristen manipulated the hell out of Lani. She manipulated their little friendship that they have. She manipulated her. She definitely did, to see where this investigation was going, because she kept asking her like all these questions about Eli. Oh, when is Eli gonna call you? Oh, when is Eli gonna update you about Victor and what Victor said and this, that, whoop de whoop. And Lani knew deep down that Kristen was guilty. She knew it, and then Kristen confirmed it, that she's the one who stabbed Victor. Here go Lani. Once she got word, or she overheard whatever, once she got word that Victor pointed the finger at Kristen as the perpetrator, of course, now she gonna sit here and cover for Kristen and basically let Kristen go. Talking about, oh, just run quick. We don't have a lot of time. Run. Go find your daughter. Lani, what the hell are you thinking? See, Lani let her manipulate her, and on top of that, they use some little girl code, like their little convent friendship. So Lani wasn't thinking as a cop in that moment. She was thinking as a friend. She was using her emotions. Like, no. You should not have let her go. Because at the end of the day, Victor was wrong. Victor, Xander, they were wrong for switching her baby. But you should have let the justice system handle that, not take matters into your hand. Because you sat there and tried to turn your life around, try to show everybody that you can be reformed and that you're not crazy. But look what happened. All of that went downhill once you snapped and stabbed Victor. That just goes to show that you're nuts. And Lani sitting there talking about, oh, go get your daughter, go find your daughter, be the best mother that you can be. She's psychotic. What type of mother is she going to be? She's psycho. She still has murderous tendencies. She's just not the type. Like I said, I love me some Kristen Demira, but I love her being bad, though. And I feel like her being saddled with a kid, Kristen is not built for domestic life. Like, she's just not. That's just not her. And it shows. Like, she just snaps after every little bad thing that happens. She just goes berserk and she turns to violence and psychosis. Like, she's just crazy. That's not the type of person who should be raising a child. Hell, she shouldn't be raising a puppy, let alone a kid. I'm just saying. Hell, the dog could be barking loud and she'd be ready to snap the dog neck. The chick is crazy. So you know Eli gonna be pissed because Eli went to Kristen hotel room looking for her but couldn't find her. So you know he gonna be pissed that Lani let her go. He gonna be pissed, and I don't blame him. That's why as soon as Lani did that, you need to turn in your damn badge. You need to be off the force because that wasn't even right. Letting that psycho go. What the hell were you thinking? Must be mad. So this was a pretty solid episode. I enjoyed it. Hit the comment section and let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Peace.